Hello, this is Naila, and I am half of that clay couple. It is time for some after dark conversation. I had something that happened today that I want to tell you all about. Hello, Teal. Happy to have you here. Please share, invite someone else. We're going to have some late night conversation today because I had something happen today. I just really believe that the Love Thang Village needs to hear this, and we need to have some people to hear about what happened today because I got something from it, and what I got from it, I know that there's some other people out here who need to hear it. Thank you, Bradley. Same to you. Peace to you. So let me tell you what happened today. This young lady called, and she's actually very well known and very popular. I've only met her once, and she is, in the eyes of so many people, the epitome of success because she does have a lot of successful markers in her life, right? And she was in tears. She was in tears, y'all. And she was in tears just because of some things that had happened to her marriage, in her marriage. And she said to me, Naila, I thought that I really believe, because I still believe that I'm healed and I'm over some stuff, but this is what he did, and it hit me to my core. And I don't know why. Why is this thing bothering me? And the truth is that it was bothering her because she became a magnet for someone who fell into her vision of what a partnership is. So this is what I asked her. I said, because you're obviously hurt by what he did. And we're not even going to go into the details of what happened. But I asked, who did you want to love you? And they didn't do it. Y'all, she broke down. She boo-hooed because she was hurt. And she said, my mother. No matter what I do, I am never good enough for her. No matter what I do, my faith isn't good enough. My education isn't good enough. Being a daughter, the way that I try to be a good daughter to her, it's not good enough. And I said, and what you just told me is that this is a man who gave you that same message. And she said, you're exactly right. But how did this happen? I thought I was okay. And folks, this is what happened. You really do believe that you're okay. I'm over it. I got over that. I got over what happened with my ex. I got over what happened with my sister. I got over what happened with the loss of my child. I got over it. I'm good. Let me tell you a story. My oldest son, he broke his arm. And the very day this child broke his arm. He was a teenager, actually. The very day he broke his arm, he decides to go and play soccer. And so what does he do? He breaks his arm again. Exact same place. How does this happen? Now, many of you are looking like, why would he do that? He just took his cast off. But this is what we do with our head and our hearts. We just get out of a relationship. We just leave a certain situation, and then we do something to put ourselves right back into a similar situation because you believe that you're okay. I'm healed. I'm good. He took his cast off. He thinks that he's fine. Well, not. Today, as we speak, he still has a metal plate in his arm. And this is what's going to happen, is that you are going to meet someone who is going to fit into your vision of what a relationship is going to be, of what a friendship is supposed to be, and they're going to bring all of their stuff with them, just like you do. They're going to bring their family dynamics. They're going to bring what they saw from their parents. They're going to bring their past trauma. And you are going to draw people who fit into this view. And you, unless you're healed, you are going to welcome people who are going to help you to repeat the same choices. Now, she can't choose how her mom acts, right? Because her mom can do what she wants. But she does get to choose how she is in this relationship. But because she can't choose how her mom acts, she does. She does get hurt by what her mother does. And here she is. She has lined herself up so unintentionally with someone who repeats that same pattern and that same message to her. And it's like, how does that happen? How do you get there? I'm going to give you a couple of examples of how this happens. Okay, so if you have a history of abuse and being dismissed and being hit, you know, you will likely attract someone who will give you some of those very, very same things. If you are used to talking crap to a man, or having a man talk crap to you, or always feeling like you're ashamed, or you're going to be judged, you're going to meet someone who's going to give you a reason and a cause for you to feel shameful and for you to feel judged. And if you're distant, you're going to be drawn to someone who likely attaches hard. You're going to pull back. They're going to lean forward. You're not going to like the relationship, and they're going to wonder what's wrong with you. You are going to be a magnet for all of the things that you haven't healed from. You know, if you love hard, anybody love hard? A lot of people do. And when I love some kind of good, and I go all in. A narcissist is going to love you, and they're gonna love all of your bad love habits, and they're gonna show up for all of the bad connections that you don't want, because that's what you're used to. Let's say, give you another example. Let's say you grew up with a mom who was abusive. Your limits for abuse are going to be high. It's not going to be easy for you to be able to tell, oh, that wasn't cool. Oh, I thought, when somebody comes off as harsh like that, that's what love looks like. No, it isn't. But that's what you're used to. Another example. If you have this frame of reference, I don't care where it comes from, for fighting, for someone hitting you. I've heard people say, well, at least he doesn't hit me in the face, because that's what you had last time. So you'll make excuses for it. Why? Because you're in this unhealed place. And when you unhealed like that, you don't make good decisions. And I don't want to make it seem like, this is all one-sided and it's going to be about women only, because it's not. It goes for men too. You're exactly right, Layla, that we attract who we are. And so when people say, I don't know why I always get the same type of person. And then when I say, you may be attracting the same type of person because you are a reflection of this person in some way. But that's really hard for people to hear. I mean, folks get just outright mad when you tell them that. But the thing is that for you to really look at it, I want you to think about, if you had a father who stayed with the woman who ran him over, you will very likely be a man when it comes to your boundaries. You may be way too much. Oh no, she's not going to do this. She's not going to do me like this, because you're going to feel like, no woman is going to do me like she did my father. Or you'll be just like your father, and you'll be very loose with your boundaries. Why? Because you haven't corrected that headspace that you've been taught. I want you to think about, having parents who are a little extra. Because sometimes we have parents who are extra. You have a parent who makes it all about them, who put you down. They put you down. They criticize you a lot. And then you meet someone who's very critical. You're like, dang, I can't do nothing right. And you know this. You tell yourself this in your head. But being criticized, or someone trying to motivate you with snipes and cutting you low, It's natural to you. No big deal. You used to that. Hey, matter of fact, you are made for this. You can handle this. You're okay. You've seen this before. You know exactly what to do. It's not because, it doesn't mean that because you can survive in it. Can you take it? All right, sure. Yes, you can take it. Is it going to make you feel good? Is it going to make you progress? Is it going to make you better? No, not really. No, and it's not even a not really. No, it's not going to make you this best version of yourself. Now, this is what I really like. These are and I'm talking to the women now. These are the women who say, I love taking care of my husband and I love serving him. And that's okay. That's good. But this is where the problem comes in. Because some of you, you serve him and you jump to go and do what it is that he asks you because you are afraid that he's going to leave you. You are afraid that if you don't do it just right, that this man is going to abandon you. You ever been worried that, you know what, I can't trust this person? I don't know if this person is really going to be down for the get down. I don't know if this person has really got my back. So what do people do? They rush into a relationship because, you know what, I'm not real sure about you. So because I'm not sure, which in itself should be a red flag, okay? Since I'm not sure and I don't know what to do, let's hurry up and get together. Let's hurry up and get married before one of us makes the smart decision to possibly walk away. I know plenty of people who rush into relationships, and it's like, you know, it really would be okay, you know, just to ask a couple more questions. I mean, it would be all right, you know, to be able to be patient even with yourself. That would be a very kind and considerate thing to do. And then after you talk to this person, you find out that that's what they did the first time and the second time and the third time and the fourth time. And this is really just their habit to just quickly jump into a relationship. Now, those who do that will very often quickly jump out of it too. But they'll do that because the other part of that, you know, it really is better than being alone. Who wants to be alone? I don't want to deal with being lonely. I would rather be in a bad relationship than be lonely, because it's very possible that somebody left you and they emotionally abandoned you and caused you to have this fear of being alone that really just puts you in a position where being able to be emotionally self-reliant is just really far-fetched to you. Not even something that you can really think about. And so what you will need to do, if you've seen or heard any of these things, anything like it, quit making decisions in unhealed places. I'm going to give you an example. Anyone, at least most people who are fiscally responsible, right? Don't go out and plan shopping sprees while you broke and you know your bills are behind. For what reason would you do that? It's just not responsible. I'm going to plan out what I'm going to buy when I haven't paid for my necessities yet. And see, and this is the same thing for your head and your heart. Don't go out and make plans for how you're going to spend the efforts of your head and your heart when it's broke. You don't have anything to give right then. And let's say you've done some work, you read some books, you've been to therapy, you've talked to a relative, you talked to your mama who's just full of wisdom and really just helped you out, and you think you're good. You're going to be just like my little boy, my son, when he went to go play soccer and broke his arm again. He thought he was healed until he went to go and play soccer. And this is what happens. We don't know whether or not we've healed until we try to use that arm again. Until you go out here and you get tested, you're going to think that you're okay. And you're going to be just like that woman who called me today, who is a leader within her community. But then when she got in a space where someone had reminded her of her emotionally unavailable mother, she broke down because she hadn't been in that space before with anyone except her mother. And that's when she had to say, uh-oh, I'm gonna have to deal with this one too. You mean to tell me I thought I was woke and I was good, and now I got some more work to do? Yes, because that's the problem with being woke. You get woke, you get some awareness and you get a little nap. And then it wakes you up to some more things that it is that you need to do. You're exactly right, Angela. People will use Islam to justify poor choices. Well, Islam says this. Islam does say this. Islam may say something that is permissible and that and opens the door for something. But you may not be the candidate for it because of the other things that you have in your life. I sit here as a married woman, but y'all trust and believe. There was some times when Naila needed to be single. I mean single. I didn't need to be married. And I knew that about myself. And then when I got married, there were moments when him and I, both of us were like, man, I don't know about this right here. But we had done some work so that was able to get us through the years like we have been. But everyone doesn't do that. Okay, so Layla said, truth be told, men really admire and love strong-willed women. They need to know, if need be, she will be mentally able to care for herself and sustain a healthy life. And I'm not speaking of sustain financially, but mainly mentally. Men truly are aware that women are the foundation of the household. I agree with you. I do believe that, a man who is content and knows himself, he will know that, hey, when it comes down to it, that, his wife will pretty much be doing the household management. Doesn't mean that he won't have a role, but he will be doing it. But I need for us to be mindful. And if I want you to walk away from anything, I want you to be mindful of this woman who called me today in tears, but we got off the phone in another way, and you know who you are. But to know that you're going to think that you're okay, and you are okay until someone or something shows up to make you practice what it is that you say you are able to do. And in that moment, that is when you will know that you are okay. You can't sit here and say that you're okay when you haven't tried and tested that muscle out. That's when you're going to know that you're good. All right? So y'all have a good night. It's almost midnight. We're going to cap this up for tonight. As always, let me know what you think in the comments, and you can find us at www.thatclaycouple.com.